Hey guys, Knives here. I just wanted to make a quick video to show what I've learned about this build throughout Season 8 of Project Diablo 2. It's the Procmancer build, so long story short, we're using the weapon to proc Poison Nova, using also the armor to do that, the blade shield on this new rune word. So this is where all of our damage is coming from. I can show you the skills real quick. Basically, we're boosting the Poison Nova synergies, Poison Strike, Desecrate, then 1 point Bone Armor, and then the rest of the points we're putting all of our points into Blood Warp to get 30 Blood Warp. So we need 10 plus skills on our gear to do that, to reach that at minimum, and then the rest into Golem Mastery and into revives. So we have full golems and full revives. Now for the gear, this is what I ended up with. So I tried many versions of this build. I started off with a 75 FCR version where I was using Plague, and I was very tanky. I was using Crown of Ages and the Bone Armor shield and so on, and it was a great version of the build. I really liked it. Then I moved on to using Plague, but with 125 FCR. And then I moved on trying to do what I tried to do is I tried to do Breath of the Dying with 125 FCR as well, and that was very hard to do because it required a lot of pretty rare gear. It was really hard to reach like 10 all skills and 125 FCR without sacrificing any of the sockets or anything like that. So, but then in the end, I came up with, like, throughout all of these tries, I was using curses. So I was casting lower resist, and the build that I just showed you, I'm actually not using lower resist. I'm using my Merc to cast lower resist now, and all I'm doing is I'm using Blood Warp. So I just go through the map using Blood Warp. That's all I do. I Blood Warp and I Bone Armor. That's it. And I found that to be much safer, because we have so many summons with us. So we have a bunch of revives, a bunch of golems. So it's safer. It's better for bosses because of the revives. It's more fun to play. Just warping around, super fun. I'm not even using 125 FCR because it would be useless to warp that fast. Like, I gotta kind of let the weapon proc, and you know, I can't think that fast anyway. And then, so that's it. That's the build. So I'm going to show you the items. So the weapon, pretty straightforward. This is my helm. We're getting 2 skills, FCR, 3 sockets. So we're really trying to maximize sockets. That's the big thing. This is a pretty nice AMI for this build. Big energy, all res, life after each kill, which is pretty important. We're using 3-piece Trang because that's just max damage output for this build. Innocence Rune Ward, of course, 3-piece Trang, FCR rings. So you gotta remember that plus skills past 10 all is not really useful. It's not giving us any damage, so it's really only for the Blood Warp. So we're not really going for plus skills. And then the charms, you need to have like 4% charms. You can't have skillers, they're useless for you. So we have 4% charms, we have Annie, Torch, whatever. For the Merc, we're using Ferocity on the helm. I've been using this all season on all of my Mercs pretty much. I just love what Taunt does. It just groups up all the mobs together. They don't flee when they're taunted. It takes the aggro off you and onto your Merc, so it adds some safety and so on. Also, it reduces the monster's attack rating and damage, I think, so that's super useful. Taunt procs off Innocence, and Innocence also procs Bus Spitter a little bit more, so we're using these two things together. And then on the bolts we have ITD, which is really important to get more procs. Just some safety greaves, string of ears, and some Magnus for the pierce. So what we're trying to do is max the attack speed frames, and we're trying to have max pierce as well, and then just trying to make her as tough as possible so she doesn't die. So that pretty much sums it up for this build. I've delayed making this video for quite a while, but because I've been busy, but I still wanted to put the information out there if someone else wants to play this in other seasons. It's super fun. I wouldn't recommend it for like hardcore or anything like that, because of course you're telestomping into packs of mobs to do damage, so that's not a great fit for hardcore, but for all other purposes it's really nice, really fun. You can do T1, T2, T3s with this build, and you can do like easy 4, 5, 6 minutes runs, no problem. It's really nice too because you can deal with immunes, so you have a much bigger map pool than, you know, traditional Poison Nova. And so that's it. So enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll catch you next time.